Hi guys, Puri over here. I'm back again with another video. I want to say thank you so much for the likes for the last video. For the people who have not watched it, you can go back to my YouTube channel. The topic is it was what? Let me remember. Who God is not. You can go and watch that video, subscribe and like. And thank you so much guys for your love. I really appreciate. And today we are talking about the topic. It's called no addiction because it is slavery. Yes, no addiction because it is slavery. I've been a victim of one type of severe addiction, but that one is a topic for another day. So today we'll be covering 4 types of addiction. The first one is scent addiction. The second one is sight addiction. The third one is hearing addiction. The fourth one is, am I forgetting it? Yeah, the fourth one will be scent addiction. Yes. Let my friend come and introduce herself and then we'll go on. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Haimanot Kerubo. I am a communication practitioner. I am born again and I love the Lord.
Hi guys, Puri Sasha over here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so grateful for my subscribers. You mean a lot to me. Continue supporting me. And as I said, I have a good friend of mine. Yes. Can you see how beautiful she is? Yeah, this is the guest for today. Thank you so much for being here. I don't take that one for granted. Yes. So the topic of today is about addiction.
Okay, so should I speak something on addiction? I believe so. So in my opinion, I believe addiction is anything that can alter the state of your mind. It can be you overworking in the gym, it can be you obsessing over your business, so that can turn into addiction if it is not properly managed.
Very good for that point. Yeah. So it is a very good point. As for me, I think addiction can be bad or good. Yeah. So very many. Oh my God. Many people tend to think that the only addiction is drug addiction, right? Many people think that the addiction can always be drug addiction, but it's not only drug addiction. We have other sorts of addiction. Do you know them?
I believe I know one. We had previously talked about this, so I can remember it is a sight addiction. Yes, so basically, sight addiction talks about you seeing something, and after it registering in your mind, you want to purchase it. For example, all the impulse buying girlies, mnajua, ushaona top, unasema bus, let me get it. And it can also refer to even like things like cars. If you are up to that point in your life, you like that car, you see it, the next minute you have purchased it. And I believe that is what sight addiction entails.
Very good. Let me apply my learner-centered approach. Thank you very much for that one. So to add on that, sight addiction, from the term sight, it's addiction that comes along when you see something, like you have said, right? So this type of addiction is very bad. For example, as for me, I have sight addiction, whereby maybe when I'm going to town, I don't have any cash, but I see a good outfit. So I'm like, let me just even borrow money or take a loan to purchase this outfit. But now when you go back to the house, you meet even, you don't love that outfit at all. You see? And these people who sell clothes, they have that tendency of like knowing somebody. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like, ukiwa tao, ushaiona like somebody, a seller, he's just there. But when she sees a pretty girl like you, she comes with this red dress. Yeah, madam, shika. Yeah. So that one is an addiction. And if you're not able to take control of it, it will lead to unnecessary things. For example, if you don't have money, you'll borrow money. Yeah. So that one is sight addiction. And we need to fight that addiction. Me, I have a problem with that one, but I'm praying to God that He helps me to fight sight addiction because I have a lot of outfits, but when I get some one that looks good, I feel like buying even if I don't have the money.
Yes. I can truly relate. I can truly relate because it is not once or twice where I have bought something on impulse, especially if it is something that is appealing to the eye. And sometimes the unfortunate thing, as you have said, is that you see it, it looks nice, umeijaribu, umefika kwa nyumba, you're like, yes, I have a fit, or rather my Sunday best. Puri, I understand so much, or rather I relate with what you said. I am someone who has also what can say experienced sight addiction. I see a nice dress, I see a nice shoe, and I'm like, I need to get this right now. Kuna kwanga na ile pressure ya you will not get it again. And it is, and once you get it, you find that you won't even use it as such, because already, as someone who has a sense of style, you already have functionable things in your closet, so that is just like a souvenir imebaki tu hapo under wraps. So that is something that also I believe each and every person has experienced at one point in their life. So I am curious to know that if there are other addictions that include our senses, because we can see that sight is dealing with our eyes. So is there like any other that is also dealing with the senses that we have as human beings?
Genius mind. I love your question. Yeah. So we don't have only the sight addiction. Yes. We have what we call scent addiction. Yeah. Can you define the term scent? Like, what do you understand by the term scent?
What I understand by scent is okay, majorly focused on, okay, when we are talking in terms of addiction, I'd say the scent of your perfume, the scent of maybe sasa foodies, the scent of food. Ushasikia kakuku kanaiva pahali umesema, I need to get home. And also, like, in terms of, okay, I believe everyone wants to smell nice. So as a person, I also enjoy smelling nice. Like, that is like the top tier compliment. Ukiniambia nanukia, I know I have done myself justice. So it is also a matter of impression, because when I meet you first, alafu, God forbid, you're not smelling nice, I'm like, you haogi. But you see, when someone is smelling good, they are presentable. It brings a touch of elegance, a touch of responsibility, because this is someone who is taking care of themselves. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. So, do you know scent can be an addiction? Yes, so I support everything that you have said, like smelling good. Yes. So even me, sometimes I used to struggle with scent addiction. Like when somebody comes and is smelling nice, I could be driving crazy with that person. Little did I know, scent can be an addiction. Yeah, and it is a tool that the devil uses. Yes. Yeah, to lead people to perishment. Okay? So, yeah, for example, when you go to Nairobi, Koinange Street, during at night, okay, you'll meet a lot of people just there. They don't look good. They are just there, okay? And then there is this man, this young man who says like he can never be driven by addiction, okay? But once he finds a prostitute that smells good, he'll just follow that lady, okay? So the next time maybe they are with their friends, they are talking about something, and then she is like, I found myself in a strange bed yesterday. He don't know how, you see, but little did he know it was a scent, you see. So if you're not careful about the scent, your five senses, they can lead you to temptations. They can lead you to doing things that are not good. A man will just find himself in a strange bed because he followed a scent addiction. Literally didn't know that that one will lead to lust. Yes. Do you have a question to that point?
I could not, but maybe just an also when we see the street urchins, I hope that is the correct term, and I'm not lying to us. You find that they are sniffing on glue, and that is also a scent addiction, because that glue is what is keeping them sniffing on those bottles. Yes, it does. It is very strong. Yeah, it is like a petrol also when you're refilling your gas and you smell it, you're like, there are some people who like the smell, there are some people who don't. So it is really about preference. Adi watua, I like when you know the smell of rain when it is just about to hit the ground. There's just a scent. You know that it is about to rain. And even for pregnant women, they can tell you, nikisikia tu hiyo harufu, they are excited about it. Yeah.
So the other type of addiction we have is what we call taste addiction. Have you ever heard about taste addiction?
Yes. Kwa kweli, I'd say when the Bible tells us to, we need to subject our body into submission. I believe it also talks about when, you know, the taste, because whatever we intake is what cultivates us as humans. And we find that some each in the society of today, we have moved from what anseme food za kitambo. Saizi kwa nyumba unauliza, I'm asking my sister, what are we eating? I'm having Indomie. I'm like, girl, Indomie. Adi sangapi, or she's like, can we call mom? Can she have KFC? I'm like, okay, can't we have ugali na beef? Like, anyway. And also I can say this also affects our fathers, if I could put it as such, but it is not only limited to that. I have so many memories of Sundays being a time where we could go out, have, go to a place where nyama choma is roasted, share, like tunakula nyam chom, there's a live band, and that was such a very fundamental memory from my early childhood, because those are the things I remember. And when you go to those places, say ati ni nyinyi peke yenu, there are other families also engaging in such, and you find that when we are aging, as we are growing, you find that meat, or rather nyama choma kila Sunday, is not as beneficial. You find that kidogo cholesterol inapanda, daktari anaanza kusema high blood pressure. Yeah, so also knowing how to tame the flesh is very, very important, so that you're not a slave to it. Yeah, because when we are not able to tame this 1 2 moments, we become a slave to that. It is just like sin. As humans, we are very, very, prone to sin, because before Jesus died, we were a slave to it, and there was no way we could get righteousness because of it. We had to satisfy our, yeah, not even satisfy our bodily desires, but it was a matter of works to get righteousness, rather than now where it is a matter of faith, so that we can attain righteousness. I don't know what you can talk about when it comes to the taste addiction. I know it's a broad spectrum, so what can you share with us about the taste addiction? Yeah.
So, thank you so much for that. You have covered the part that I wanted to cover, but I have another point. Yeah, to end on the nyama choma thing, it's not a bad thing to eat nyama choma. But now when it comes to a regular use, like you can't do without, yeah, exactly, it becomes an overindulgence. Like every Sunday you need to go to KFC and buy this meat. You see, so it becomes an addiction. And there is a Bible verse which says, we don't live in our body. Hebu nikumbuke. That one, it has gone. It has gone. It is okay. But it says that we should never satisfy the bodily desires, rather than we should satisfy the spiritual. Yeah, that's now the thing that I wanted to mean is that we are not our body, okay? We exist in our body. You get it? Yeah. So you see Jaime here, like, God. So you, you are body, and then you have the spirit, okay? Yeah. So you should never let your body control your spirit. That is the point that I'm driving home. You get it, right? Yeah. So another part of the taste addiction is whereby you meet a person, maybe when I was young, I used to be in campus. Yes, and there were some people who were taking drugs. Okay, yeah. So I had a friend of mine who used to, his father was a preacher, a very good one. And he used to say that, me, I don't drink alcohol. But because of peer pressure from the friends and everybody, this guy finds himself there. And now the friends were like, you just taste it. There is no harm in just tasting, just once. And let me tell you something, that one time, it will never, I don't know, people, it opens doors. That is the weapon that the devil uses to ruin young people, and they don't see it. Okay, so this guy, he went, and he went out with his friends, and then they sat there. The friends wanamwambia, just one shot, my friend, it won't make you mad. And this guy was like, why not, let me just have this one shot. So he took one bottle, two bottles, and before he knew it, he was a drunkard. Yeah, and that one is a very, very bad thing. You know, the Bible doesn't condemn alcohol itself, but it condemns drunkenness. Yes, but now what leads to drunkenness? It is alcohol, right? Yeah, yeah, because Bible is a symbolic. It has symbolic meaning. You'll find people saying that I can just drink because the Bible doesn't. It says in the story of who? David. He drank wine. Eh? Yeah, so we need to avoid it because a little drink it leads to addiction. So the best thing to do is to avoid it totally. And trust me, a sober mind is the best mind. Yeah, thank you. The last one is what? Remind me.
Let me I believe since we're touching on the senses, the last one is a hearing addiction. Kuna mtu kimwambia niko na story yako, they will not leave your inbox, they will not leave your site. They need to know what is happening, what you want to tell them, and it might be just you checking up on them. And I can say also, like what Anseme, because the journey of Christ is a step, it's a process. You just don't transform overnight. It is not at a get rich scheme type of thing. So back in the day, I believe ungeniambia I have tea for you, nakwambia bet tupatane hii masaa, and you'd find that hadi tunanunua minutes za imagine 100 minutes, we are there debunking, zinaisha tunasema bet, WhatsApp call, able to tell me more about it, mtu anatuma receipts, I'm like hey. And I'd say, like, as we all know, these are things that corrupt us because gossip is poison. Once you are consistently indulging yourself, it will reach a point where you cannot do without it. Lazima tu, you have to look for something to say. Hadi kuna watu wanasemanga, ukianza kwa, when you are so into gossip, kuna hadi facial expressions you start attaining zile za, no. And so that is the thing. And we've also grown up in a society where it has been stereotyped that women gossip, that is ukipata wale wa mama kina nani, that is the thing that is happening. So I believe the best gossip is the gospel of God. Gossip about Christ. And it is so funny we're talking about yeah, yes, it is so funny even we're talking about the hearing addiction, because it is not just too far. It is just recently someone was saying about how gossip is what made men fall, because what did the serpent do? The serpent gossiped about God. Yeah, the snake. Yeah, the snake gossiped about God to Adam and Eve. They made them question, what was factual. And out of that questioning, the curiosity to know and the temptation to know what this tree in the middle was rose up. And we see from that the fall of man happened. So do not. Fellow gossipers, tupatane.
Thank you so much for that. We are talking about what? Remind me. Hearing addiction, yes. So what you have said is something which is relatable. Even me, I can relate. I'm not perfect, but I'm fighting that the gossip one. Yeah, because now what happens is that you can be You can be involved in listening to a gossip that you did not intend to listen to. So this one applies to people who are working close, like in the offices that are nearby, okay? So you find yourself, you are in this office and somebody else is in the other office, yes? You can't just stop thinking about it. You have a lot of things to do, but you find yourself, you are listening to what others in that office are saying. Yeah? Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yes. So I think some things we can overcome them only if you know how to distract ourselves from those things. For example, that one, hearing addiction. If there is a workmate who loves just gossiping around you, you just get your earphones and put them on, okay? You can just maybe, because some things are not like hawezi zuia. Even me, I'm a teacher by profession, by the way, so I've worked in staff rooms and whereby you meet yourself, unakaa tu hapo.
For W. For West, tunawajua. But yeah, I totally, resonate with what you're saying. And also, let us just listing down the addictions. I could also say, if you're someone struggling with anything that we have listed and mentioned, kindly find something that counteracts what you are doing. Yes, so if you are someone who is overindulging, jaribu kufast. Fast hadi one day utajua. You will know how you will finally start getting control over your body, because sometimes you hear someone telling you, mimi fasting kidogo ni ngumu. And sometimes you don't even, you just have to challenge your mindset and challenge your mind that you can do this. Not even in terms of you fasting and praying, but just fasting that whole day to tell your body that I am in control, and not vice versa. So just look for ways in how you can counteract it, which are also beneficial to you, not harmful as well. So kama, just finding a balance, I'd say.
Hey, thank you so much. So the last one I want us to talk about, so that we wind up. The next one will be on our next episode. Yeah, so just subscribe. Make sure you are tuned because good stories are here. The last one is called feelings of addiction. Yeah, to measure with, it's called touch addiction. Yeah, feelings of addiction. What comes in your mind when you feel feelings of addiction?
Okay, when you talk about feelings of addiction, I don't know, it gives me the sense of these people who okay, I don't want to mis or rather misjudge them or place them in a category which they are not, but rather to the like these people who cannot stay outside a relationship, like they're jumping from one relationship to another, and you find that it is because of a void that is within us. All of us have a void, but sometimes because of trauma we find that some other people's void is bigger than the other. For example, your void can be bigger than mine, vice versa, and the list goes on. So you find that that person, because of their past experiences, they cannot continue or rather live fully without a relationship in sight. They find their worth from being in that relationship. So I'd also say, this is just a CTA to you. Please find Jesus, because Jesus will fill that void. God has just a beautiful way of just filling things that we thought we could not live without. Huyo mtu mwenye alikwambia I cannot eat without you, anakula na anashiba. Usidanganywe. Oh, I cannot sleep without you. Wewe ndio unakulwa na insomnia peke yako. But what I'd say is, like there's hope. There's always hope. And just trust in God and surrender it. That is the best thing. Surrender it to the cross, and you will see how your life will transform, so that you will love on Jesus and not on things of the earth.
Thank you so much. So to add on that about the feelings of addiction, the point I have is feelings of addiction. Feelings of addictions can be emotional. Okay. Yeah, they can also be emotional. For example, I end a self-meeting with myself. Do we say that? I end a self-meeting. Yeah. Yes, then I realized I'm this emotional creature. Yes, whereby I cry a lot, even with ritual things. I just find myself crying. I don't know if it's a weakness but I just came out to find out it's a weakness. Mm.
Why so?
Because you can. I think we need to be wise to people we open up to. Okay, it's not every listening ear that is a caring ear. That is what I learned. Yes. So before, me, I used to be this open-minded person because I can say clearly I have a good heart. I don't have an envious heart. I wish well on people. And I used to think that the same thing is like me. So when I'm having a difficult time, I'll go and just talk to anybody and then I start crying. So when I learned about this one, it's an addiction. It's a weakness, eh? Yeah. Yeah, so I learned that you should be wise to people who you are opening up and don't let the emotions control you. Don't cry in front of people, even if you can't control it. Just walk away and cry elsewhere. If yeah, me that is what I learned. Yeah, so there is that one for crying, and then the other one I realized is about feelings of addiction. We have the anger part. Okay? Yeah. So a person, I used to be a short, before I gave my life to Christ, I used to be a very short-tempered person. You could do something retro, and then I'm shouting, I'm doing all the type of stuff, eh? So I didn't know, retro did I do? The devil now was using that one to distract me, to keep me away from the destiny connectors. You feel it? Yeah, so feelings of addiction can be anger, okay? Whereby somebody says something to you and you are just reacting. You need to become like my friend there. He's a very calm individual. He's off camera, guys. Yeah, so don't let anything control you. You have the control over everything in this life. Yeah, I think let's end it here. On our next video, I'll be talking about drug addiction. Make sure that you stay tuned. So, in conclusion, what I want to tell you is that in order to overcome these types of addiction, you need something. Okay? Yeah, and what you need in this life, you only need God. Yeah, you need God in your life. Like,
Unajua atasema
Hmm?
this sister in the Lord is not
okay. So, guys, we have covered different subtopics on addictions. Yes, and the parting shot is that you can control any addiction if you choose to. Yes, you can control any addiction if you choose to. And how you control it, because our bodies are not like we are human, right? Yes, we are just human beings. And now how you can control your addiction is knowing God, who God is. God will help you. And as you said, fasting. I've learned that from you. I've never fasted in my life. So I think I need to start fasting and praying more. Yes. What about you, Jaime?
Okay, I'd say my parting shot is, first of all, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And secondly, if you're someone who needs an accountability partner, please get one. If you need, for example, for people who have a sight addiction, so impulse buying, get a Chooms. Hey, this is not a paid ad, but you can get a money tracker app that, allows you to just analyze your finances so that you know where you are. If you're someone who, jamani, percent, I do not know how you can navigate that, but I'd say, just do not entertain any doors that will lead you into sinning. Yes, we know that the grace of God is sufficient, but let us not be playing, let us not be dancing with the devil and expecting to cast out the same devil, in other words. So yeah, I'd say that, addiction is very, 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 is something that you can be able to overcome. I have seen it happen with my friends. I have seen it happen with I as well. I'm someone who have overcome addiction. I am drug free, I believe, for this whole, but anyway, it's close to a year, so I thank the Lord, and it is also possible for you. Yeah, so that is my part in short. It is possible. I know you're struggling, but it is possible. Yeah.
Okay, even me, I was once an addict, and it has been an year. and I thank God I was able to walk out of that addiction that I was undergoing through. And to somebody there, I know you are there, my subscribers, the people who love me. You didn't give up on me, even if I was away for 5 good years. Imagine they stayed. Yeah, my subscribers were there just waiting for me. But the type of content I was posting then, it wasn't. I knew God, but I wasn't in God. Okay, it was not a godly content. So my friends there, my comrades from the university that we went, you know yourselves. For the people who are not received Christ, I can say Christ is the way, the truth, and the light. Okay, and you need to have God in your life so that to succumb any situation that comes in your life. For example, the what? The addiction of lust. It is very real, and people are struggling with that one. Yeah, people struggle with lust just because they don't know how to differentiate between love and lust. Yeah, but that one is a topic for another day. Stay tuned for more sauce. Okay. Mwah. Thank you for coming. Wow.
But the next time I might be sitting here. So yeah, it has been a pleasure, Purity. Yeah, over to you.
Okay, thanks so much. My viewers, subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.